During these difficult times, we understand how important it is to stay healthy and safe. With so many of us confined to our homes and not being able to work, we feel the financial burden more than ever. Many folks lost their jobs and businesses. Others were furloughed, and some are working from home at reduced pay. Keeping up with your bills is not easy under these circumstances. If you have credit card debt and cannot keep up with your monthly payments, we at Debt Fix Pros are here to help. Give us a call to see how we can reduce your interest rates and lower your monthly payments. Protect your credit and let us help you find a solution that fits your needs. We, your friends at Debt Fix Pros, are here to help. Let us take care of your credit card debt so you can focus on what is really important. Call for a free phone consultation at 800-919-6011. 800-919-6011. That's 800-919-6011. 800-919-6011. United we stand.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report is brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sportsbook. Available anywhere in New Jersey, BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E. Make your first wager of $20 or more and you'll get $100 in free bets. That's $100 in free bets when your first wager on Borgata Sports is $20 or more. Get into the action with BorgataSports.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome to this week's edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report, where we discuss the state and I keep saying that, state and national numbers for sports betting revenue, handle, hold, as well as some national numbers as well. We talk about legislation across the country in terms of sports betting. We also discuss some of the launches that have happened around the country, as well as some of the deals between sports betting operators and whether it's a league or another company or a casino. We talk about all this stuff. Before we get into some of the numbers around the country, where, by the way, lots of records again.
Really? Okay. Lots of records.
Let me just throw this stat out you. With legal sports betting launching in Florida and Louisiana, more than half of American adults are now able to place a legal sports bet in their home state.
Wow, that's great.
54% of the American adult population now have access to legalized sports betting in some way, shape, or form.
That's great. I mean, I can't wait to see what 2022 brings. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more states jumping on board, and it'll prompt other states to really consider it.
I think you were referring to Massachusetts.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Massachusetts.
I don't think Massachusetts knows what's going on with Massachusetts. I know they just relaunched live poker at one of the casinos up there.
Live poker in MGM. I think it's like 13 tables. I think they just announced that Encore Boston Harbor is going to start live poker in February 1st with 12 tables.
I'm still waiting to see down that other one, the slot parlor, Plain Ridge. When sports betting happens, do they get a Barstool Sportsbook? Which they got Barstool symbols everywhere.
There's
in that
Barstool
casino.
Logos all over Plainfield. Is it Plainfield, Massachusetts? Is that where it's located? I know it's
Plainville.
Plainville, Massachusetts.
But it's Plain
My
Ridge.
apologies to Plainville, Massachusetts.
It's very vanilla there.
Yeah, it's right down the street from Foxborough.
Yes.
So.
Well, that's where
Did I get that one right?
You got that
all
one right.
I got that one right.
Now, if you want to spell it,
No.
depends on who you're talking to. There's different ways of spelling Foxborough.
It's Plainville.
Plain Ridge Casino in Plainville, Massachusetts.
Okay, that's what screwed me up. Okay, Plain Ridge Casino in Plainville, Massachusetts.
Yes. Well,
okay.
that was the name of the horse track, Plain Ridge, because it's up on a ridge.
I thought that the actual town was called Plain Ridge.
No, the actual town is called Plainville.
So the casino's Plain Ridge,
right,
in Plainville, Massachusetts.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Everyone's straight now. So there we go.
Learn something new every day.
But again, I mentioned there were a whole bunch of records still being set in September. 10 states reported record monthly sports betting handles. That's an incredible number. Now, I'm not even including in the new states because they're automatically records for them.
Is there a record for how many records there are in a month? I'm just curious.
Boy, you're just going to that extra step
just
there.
Taking that extra step.
That critical thinking is really kicking in on you there, isn't it?
We set a record because of the number of records.
I'm sure there is. October's going to probably already. October already has 2 records for handle. So it'll be very interesting to see exactly if October has more records than September, state records anyway. Tennessee in September became the 8th state to clear $25 million in revenue in a month. They joined New Jersey, Nevada, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Virginia, Michigan. And just so you know, we're not done with September yet. We still have a couple of states to report. I think we have Illinois still coming.
Illinois is always like 2 months behind.
And once Illinois reports, Illinois is like the bookmark in the month. As soon as Illinois reports that month is closed, you move to the next month. But we are already on to the next month because we have numbers in October from Iowa and Oregon. Both those states reported record sports betting handles in the month of October. Iowa set a state record for both total handle and mobile handle. 280 million, almost 281 million in total handle. The mobile handle was about 250 million. So that's somewhere around, 85-90% of the handle is online in that state now. Yeah. Oregon recorded a record handle of $37.64 million. Record handle already, October.
Well, look, October is a big month. All the sports are playing, all the major sports are playing anyway. They had baseball, football, hockey, basketball. So,
well, here, listen to this. In September, Tennessee had a record handle and record revenue. October, we had Iowa with record handles, total and mobile. October, Oregon had a record handle. As a matter of fact, as soon as the actual numbers are released from Oregon, I'll have your table tennis update.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes,
okay.
Yeah,
Oregon and Colorado are big on table tennis. I don't get it, but whatever. Hey, it makes some money.
Exactly, and people like it.
Yeah,
people seem to like
if
betting
people
on it.
enjoy it, and it makes the state money, go for it. Great.
Going up to Canada, the British Columbia Lottery Corporation registered over $25 million worth of sports wagers placed on PlayNow.com in the first 2 months of its operation.
Great.
They're off to a flying start with the sports betting up there.
Now, when you say $25 million, is this Canadian money or?
Yes, it's Canadian.
Okay. I don't know what the exchange rate is, but still good.
And we have a physical betting record to talk about, or actually, I should say a self-proclaimed physical sports betting record.
A self-proclaimed? I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
It's a press release from OpenBet,
all right,
announcing that the company processed over 65,000 bets per minute during the Melbourne Cup this year.
Wow.
Which is an Australian horse race.
Okay.
They have said that according to their numbers on
per
their platform.
65,000 bets per minute?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, it's an online platform.
Well, yeah, it'd have to be, but wow, that's impressive.
And you have worldwide betting on it. So
great.
It was actually kind of an interesting number, 65,000.
You know what?
I wonder if it's 65,000 exactly, or that's just a rounded off number for average.
I don't know, but no, that's great. You know what? It's good to see the horse racing industry do something special. Good.
Australia is big in horse racing. I
hope there's a lot of states doing fixed odds now with horse racing, and I hope that really helps out the industry. Sports betting in this country was supposed to help out the horse racing industry, so I hope it does.
Well, especially in Jersey.
Yeah.
But now that BetMGM launched their horse racing app, we may see some additional focus going to horse racing, especially online betting on horse racing. There's not too many places you can do it. I know you got Naira Bets, you got TwinSpire.
Yeah, TVG.
Yep. You got all those. But there's really not too many apps specifically for horse racing. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how that industry develops. So that's something to keep an eye on. Iowa, a couple launches. We have Barstool Sportsbook and Fubo Sportsbook have launched in Iowa.
Wow, great.
It's the first market in any place for Fubo. It's kind of interesting. Fubo has launched their the streaming app with the betting information inside it. If you're watching an event, you can actually turn on the betting information. You have the little button that you can switch on, and you can watch betting information on the event you're watching.
Oh, this is on your smart TV.
This is a smart
streaming
TV
service and stuff like that. So, great.
I'll give you the statement here. It's the Watching Now feature.
All right.
Fubo TV's first-party user data to allow users to instantly view wagering content based upon what they are streaming.
Oh, okay.
Even if they change the channel. You can actually still have information going across your screen about the event you were just watching.
It'd be like a ticker kind of thing, or
it's I've seen the little presentation video they did.
Yeah,
really interesting. It is sort of a streaming, but it's a pop up too.
Okay,
all different ways.
All right.
We did have everyone get surprised in Florida. Online sports betting launch. Hard Rock Online launched their online sports betting app.
Yes.
And even though the lawsuits are still going on, we'll see exactly how that pans out. The lawsuits are all focused on the online section.
Okay.
So we haven't seen retail betting yet, but we have seen online first, which no one expected. Kind of weird, but we'll see what happens in Florida. Florida's weird anyway with some of this stuff. Louisiana surprisingly launched too, becoming the 29th commercial state.
Yes.
To launch sports betting. Really took me by surprise because they kept saying November 1st, and I really wasn't expecting them to hit that November 1st deadline because a lot of states just give a date and then they move on.
So everyone's up and running. There's no soft launch kind of thing. This is up and running and going, and you can do whatever you want.
On Halloween.
Oh, okay, good.
Caesars opened up their first retail sports book. Talk about trick or treat there for people.
Right.
But you now have 4 casinos now launching that are now operative in Louisiana. We have. Let me get the list here. We have, I'm scrolling through here, Harrah's New Orleans and Horseshoe Bossier City Hotel and Casino are 2 retail spots. We have L'Auberge Casino in Baton Rouge and then Boomtown Casino in Harvey.
Great.
All 4 are up and running. Matter of fact, we had in the Harrah's Casino, we had Bobby Hebert place the very first sports bet in Louisiana.
All right, I remember him.
He did an $1,100 bet on the New Orleans Saints upsetting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
and he won, right?
He won $2,055, and which is all going to charity.
Great, good for him.
So, good first bet by him. Yeah. That was actually a surprise win by the Saints.
I wonder how crowded
Buccaneers.
it was. I mean, that was a pretty big game. That was a great game to start betting on. You know, the Saints upsetting the Buccaneers. What a great Sunday it was in Louisiana.
Well, you know, they said they were chomping at the bit to get it going. Like I said, I remember talking to, I think, Dave Rebuck at the East Coast Gaming Congress, and I was under the impression that they were going to do more testing before they did anything, but they just went right ahead and jumped right in. So,
hey,
you know, God bless them.
I haven't heard any problems. So
not yet.
Not yet. So apparently everything's off and running and going great.
Let's see. We have some voting results to talk about here real quick. Nashua, New Hampshire voters approved a ballot measure to allow retail sportsbook in Nashua.
Okay.
Last time around, they voted against it.
Okay.
So now they will have a retail sportsbook in Nashua. That's another DraftKings book, by the way.
Okay.
In case anyone wondering, it's
all DraftKings in New Hampshire, right?
Yeah. New Jersey. New Jersey had 2 ballot questions. One was,
which is odd. I don't know what they were doing in New Jersey.
Well,
New Jersey's election was strange anyway, and this one even made it stranger.
They passed one, rejected one.
Yeah.
The one they passed was for the bingo and casino type games or charity games for the fraternal organizations in the state. They said, yes, you can do that. Go ahead. The one they rejected was the college sports betting one,
which is strange.
I don't understand that.
I don't get it.
I mean, is it?
Look. Contrary to belief, New Jersey, you're allowed to bet on college sports. You're not allowed to bet on colleges or universities located in the state or any collegiate activity going on in the state. So we have college betting. We just don't have college betting
in-state college
betting. So yes. It's bizarre.
It's a matter of maybe people need to be like handheld through this because
for me
if you don't I think the worst thing is no one really explains these questions to the voters either.
I know.
They write them out in such a way that you can misread these.
Yeah.
And I think what they need to do is actually find a way, maybe bring in a gaming consultant to write these questions.
Yeah.
In such a way that they get the right results.
Look, it doesn't matter to me because I live 10 minutes from the Pennsylvania border. If I needed to bet on Rutgers for any reason or whatever reason, I want to bet on Rutgers or Seton Hall or anything, I drive 10 minutes to Pennsylvania. I place the bet there. But and that's what's going to happen with New York. When New York gets mobile sports betting, if you want to bet on New Jersey sports, collegiate sports, guess what? You just drive over or take the now New Jerseyans are going to take the train to New York to place a bet. So the odds are reversed.
Well, there's even a segment in New Jersey that can actually, once Maryland launches, they can go to Maryland.
Look,
it's right there.
It's not a whole lot of money. There's not a lot of collegiate events in New Jersey. I mean, there's not a whole lot of college betting. I mean, not a lot of people bet on Rutgers or Seton Hall or Princeton or anything like that. But, it's just strange that.
Although if you do that, I'd like to talk to you because I don't know anything about betting on those college sports. They're Princeton and all that. So
I don't pay attention to them because if I'm not going to bet on them, why would I care?
Somebody must because they didn't want them betting on them in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be kind of interesting. But I just mentioned Maryland. They are delayed. They are now looking at possibly around the Super Bowl to launch the industry there. We'll see what happens. Massachusetts supposedly is done for the year.
Yeah,
they're not going to approach it until the 2022 legislative session. Ohio has come out of nowhere where they're talking about possibly discussing the bills before the end of the legislative year, which ends December 31st. So we may see Ohio come out of nowhere.
Stay tuned for Ohio.
That's been a long time coming, and that's going to be one of the more interesting states because what the bills, I think, all call for like about 60 sports books.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. And I'm hearing New York is pretty close to mobile sports betting by Super Bowl. I guess they're supposed to be announcing some things.
They were supposed to be announcing, Probably by the time they air, they're going to announce it. But supposedly they're two of the big, I think it was two of the super bets super bids that were put in there are going to be approved. Speaking of a super group here, we have NBA expanding their deals with DraftKings and FanDuel. DraftKings and FanDuel are now co-official sports betting partners of the league. FanDuel is now the exclusive presenting partner of the weekly NBA bet show each Monday night on NBA TV.
All right.
I got to check that out because I'm starting to start doing the NBA betting.
Is this betting or fantasy, or this both?
This is sports betting.
This is sports betting.
This is all sports betting.
Okay.
But again, FanDuel will be the presenting sponsor of the NBA bet show. That's on NBA TV. That's actually broadcast TV.
Okay.
DraftKings will be the exclusive presenting partner of NBA BetStream, which is the betting-focused telecasts on the NBA League Pass and the NBA TV app.
Okay.
So they're each taking a piece of the pie. Also, they have agreed to become sports betting partners of the NBA in Canada, when they both launch, the FanDuel and DraftKings, when they launch in Canada.
Okay.
DraftKings also made another deal that we should hit real quick. They entered into a multi-year strategic partnership with iHeartMedia.
Oh, okay. Well, look, I mean, DraftKings is somewhat involved with iHeartMedia because, VSiN is broadcast on iHeartMedia.
Well, that's one of the things I was thinking of as soon as that. But they also have the deal with one of the other with Odyssey too. They have a deal there too. So,
all right.
It's kind of
I know about the deal with VSiN though.
But the iHeartMedia, it's basically they're going to supply official odds to iHeartMedia broadcast, digital, podcast platforms, social media stuff, and they're also going to do content with them. They're going to do insert segments, that sort of setup there. We have WynnBET doing a partnership with Delaware North for West Virginia online sports betting and iGaming. That is now 18 states. They have some sort of market access deal for WynnBET. Canby is now partnered with the Tohono O'odham Nation, the Desert Diamond Casinos in Arizona, for an on-property sports book. They're going to look at doing an online sports book at some point.
Okay,
they're going to be doing an online sports retail sports book to start off with. And Low Six, we talked about Low Six last week a bit. They're a free-to-play game company.
Okay, I don't remember, but refresh my memory.
they have now done another free-to-play game. They did one with Jacksonville Jaguars last week.
All right, yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguar game, yeah.
They now have their first NBA partnership. Detroit Pistons. They're going to be releasing the free-to-play Pistons Pick'em game. Basically the same kind of deal where it's prizes, all that stuff through the social media channels for Detroit.
Great.
Two ambassadorships to talk about real quick. BetMGM has signed former Tennessee Titan and Arizona Cardinal Chris Johnson as a brand ambassador.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I remember watching him play.
Absolutely. Great player.
Superbook announced the signing of lightweight contender Michael Chandler to a sponsorship agreement. That's the first time Superbook has done a deal with an active professional athlete. I don't think anyone's else done a active professional athlete deal. I can't think of one offhand.
I'm trying to think of one.
Maybe
No.
Maybe PointsBet with the golfers. Oh,
Yeah.
and also a lot of golfers.
Yeah, a lot of golfers.
DraftKings and a couple others. So, it's been a busy week here, and we have GeoComply getting their license or a temporary certificate of authority in Louisiana. We have Genius getting a license to operate in Louisiana. PaySafe is now working with Superbook in Jersey and Colorado. Whole bunch of other deals to hit. Head on over to Turnpike sportsradio.com and click on the blog button, and you'll see a print version of these stories as well as many other stories we did not hit in this week's edition of the Book Report.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.